Andariki Namaskaram, Master Namaskaram. My name is Sowmya. I am from Omaha, Nebraska, United States. I'm a professor here in the Nebraska Medical Center, and I take this great opportunity to share with you some of my experiences with my spiritual guru and master, Master Sarvari. And I title my talk as My Travel with the Mystic. So, reflecting back is a daunting task as there are a blend of deep emotions and memories from the recesses of my mind. Among my most cherished memories are the days I spent with Master Sarvari at Yogaalaya. I first met Guru Garu on December 30th, 1996. I was just 18 when I embarked on this mystical journey. A fire was ignited. There he stood, dressed in white, medium build, with neatly groomed grey hair and a hearty laugh. Instantly, I felt as if my maternal grandfather was standing before me. He bore a striking resemblance and possessed a commanding voice. I can never forget my grandfather's voice. All the children shivered when he was around. I was particularly his not so favorite grandchild, always seeking attention, a trait he clearly disliked. Seeing such a resemblance, my first thought was, oh my god, Guru Garu just looked like Tata Garu. And what if I don't meet his expectations? While I wrestled with this dilemma, Guru Garu invited me to sit before him and asked, Sowmya, what do you want? In a meek voice, I replied, Initiation, Guru Garu. He looked at me with a gaze that was profound yet comforting, filled me with immense joy, and he smiled and he said, okay, right. Before his closing his eyes, he looked through me. My eyes closed as he pressed his thumb on my forehead, and I slipped into a deep silence. Through the room was full, everything fell silent. From that day, my journey with my mystic guru began. At 18, full of questions and wavering mind, I found his presence as if diving into a deep ocean. From 1996 to 2015, my journey with Guru Garu was one of observation and silence, nothing more, nothing less. I eagerly anticipated Sunday meetings and the May and December calls just to be near him and around him. I never asked questions, he never spoke of yoga or his writings. My lessons were to watch and observe quietly. I would sit on the floor in his room, watching him interact, the subtle jokes, the intense focus when writing, his intolerance for laziness, and his stern reminders to be true to oneself. He wasted no energy on unnecessary chatter. Each day was purposeful, as if time was scarce and urgency prevailed. His solitary walks to the center for tea and the smiles he shared with the passerbys revealed a simple man outwardly but an intense seeker of truth within. Guru Garu never taught me directly. He never asked me if I read his books or urged me to do so. He only said, do your prayer every day. That's the only way to seek truth. The only book I read was him. He said, just be good and do good, Sowmya. That all that matters in the end. To this day, his autobiography remains the sole book I have read, a true encyclopedia of his life and teachings. So why I call him mystic? A mystic is a spiritual seeker striving for direct communion with the divine or ultimate reality. Guru Garu embodied this completely. He healed mental and physical pain through silence. Full of life and deeply sensitive to human emotions, he lightened sadness with jokes. Like a freshly blossomed rose, he effortlessly spread his fragrance to all. To me, he was and remains a mystic. My learning was mystical as well. He silently demonstrated how a man should and should not be. He never imposed himself. His intense aura scared some but embraced others. He maintained stability and discipline, unaffected by the thoughts and emotions of those around him. Everyone had an equal place. There was no bias. He never hid his emotions. He was an open book. I felt his pain and vulnerability. He was a great teacher, one who taught simply by being present. How fortunate I was. I knew I mattered to him as much as others did. His radiant smile was the same for all. In his presence, there was no competition, no jealousy, no anger or sadness. There was only peace. I faced many failures during that time. Fate brought me to crossroads, difficult choices in education and career. I failed to secure a medical seat and was silent and sad. Guru Garu said, "Why do you worry? You will be a doctor who can cure doctors." How did he know my worries? When I sought guidance, his answers came before my words. Before I said anything, he said, "Yes, Germany is a good place to go." I never mentioned Germany. I was applying to US. Though I was accepted by the US university, I chose Germany for my PhD, confident that he would guide me. At 22, I left for a foreign land with his guidance and my yoga practice. Guru Garu's life was rooted in truth. He spoke of truth as the ultimate reality, and I often wondered what that meant. On March 8, 2015, I met with him for the last time. He gave me a book, signing it, "Straight is the truth. Be good, Sowmya." Tears streamed down my face. Those moments were precious. For the first time in 20 years, Guru Garu asked me something. Though weak and sick, his curiosity and enthusiasm endured. During a writing break, he asked, "Do you know how to make an vegetarian omelette?" Surprised, I said to myself, "How can I make an omelette without eggs?" But confidently, I said, "Yes, Guru Garu, I can." He smiled and said, "Take help from Amma and others." With help, I made it and offered to him. Like a small child, he was happy. He cut it in half and said, "Come and eat." Emotions surged as I ate in silence. Every bite mattered. I understood present, the great lesson he imparted before leaving this world. Great rishis and yogis meditate intensely to experience the present as the only reality where past, present, and future merge. He showed me a glimpse of that. What more can I ask? He came, he taught, and he left. Like all great masters, he is humanity's greatest gift. I am but a lucky speck of dust, fortunate to sparkle like a diamond in his light. The last leg with him ended. A teacher does not always need words to impart knowledge. Silence is the greatest teacher. I learned that living a truthful life can serve as an example to others. Small gestures matter. Empathy, love, and compassion are essential to being human. We all need someone to shine light on us, and we can be that sparkle for others too. I have found my light, a great teacher and a great guru. Master, namaskar.